Kilalanin natin ang official, new and loaded complete lineup ng Meralco Bolts para sa 2025-2026 East Asia Super League Tournament at Pba 50Th All Filipino Cup. Point guards: Aaron Black, 6'1", 180 pounds, 28 years old, 8.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.3 steals, 28% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. And Joe Karam, 5'7", 159 pounds, 34 years old, 3.4 points, 0.9 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 0.3 steals, 22% 3-point shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. Kurt Rayson, injured player, 5'10", 170 pounds, 27 years old, 9.2 points, 1.8 rebounds, 1 assist, 20% 3-point shooter, 70% free throw shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. Jason Brickman, new player via Pba 7th draft pick, 6 feet, 165 pounds, 33 years old, 7.7 points, 3.2 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 1.8 steals, 23% 3-point shooter, 88% free throw shooter in his 2024-2025 Taiwan TPBL season averages. Shooting guards: Chris Newsome, 6'2", 190 pounds, 35 years old, 16.6 points, 4.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.5 blocks, 32% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. Chris Banquero, 6'1", 175 pounds, 36 years old, 16.9 points, 4 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 14% 3-point shooter, 67% free throw shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. CJ Cancino, sophomore, 6'3", 175 pounds, 25 years old, 10.2 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.7 steals, 25% 3-point shooter, 83% free throw shooter ni Pba 49th Philippine Cup averages. Jeff Comia, new player via Pba 52nd draft pick, 5'11", 175 pounds, 29 years old, 11 points, 5.1 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1 steal, 28% 3-point shooter, 62% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Small forwards: JUSTINBROWNLEE, naturalized import player considered as local player in EASL, 6'5", 220 pounds, 37 years old, 23.7 points, 9.3 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.9 blocks, 34% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter ni Pba 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Bong Quinto, 6'2", 185 pounds, 30 years old, 12.8 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 0.8 steals, 48% 3-point shooter, 77% free throw shooter ni Pba 49 Philippine Cup averages. Alain Maliksi, comeback player, 6'4", 180 pounds, 38 years old, 5 points, 3 assists, 50 field goal percentage, 100% free throw shooter, 14 minutes per game, 1 game played in his Pba 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Jansen Rios, 6'3", 185 pounds, 34 years old, 2.2 points, 1.6 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.6 steals, 16% 3-point shooter, 33% free throw shooter in his Pba 49 Philippine Cup averages. Ethan Galang, 6'4", 213 pounds, 24 years old, 4.6 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.1 assist, 0.9 steals, 22% 3-point shooter, 65% free throw shooting is ongoing 2025 MPBL 7 season averages. Power forwards, Rondae Hollis Jefferson, EASL first import, 6'6", 217 pounds, 30 years old, 26.9 points, 12.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.6 blocks, 30% 3-point shooter, 74% free throw shooter in his last PBA 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Raymar Jose, 6'4", 200 pounds, 33 years old, 6.9 points, 4.8 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 54 field goal percentage, 62% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Cliff Hodge, 6'4", 195 pounds, 37 years old, 9.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.9 blocks, 47 field goal percentage, 56% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Kyle Pascual, 6'6", 213 pounds, 35 years old, 0.6 points, 1.2 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.4 blocks, 33 field goal percentage, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Vince Magbuhos, new player via PBA 19th draft pick, 6'5", 210 pounds, 25 years old, 6.3 points, 5.1 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.4 blocks, 31% 3-point shooter, 58% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Centers, Raymond Almazan, 6'8", 194 pounds, 36 years old, 6.8 points, 5 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 28% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Brandon Bates, 6'8", 231 pounds, 28 years old, 3.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, 0.8 blocks, 48 field goal percentage, 33% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Ladis Lepalam, new player via PBA 42nd draft pick, 6'9", 220 pounds, 25 years old, 7.9 points, 6.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 0.5 blocks, 50% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter in his ongoing 2025 MPBL 7th season averages. Ismael Romero, EASL second import, 6'9", 220 pounds, 34 years old, 18 points, 9.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 steals, 28% 3-point shooter, 59% free throw shooter in his 2024-2025 Puerto Rico BSN season averages. Ito ang official, new and loaded complete lineup ng Meralco Bolts para sa 2025-2026 East Asia Super League Tournament at Pba 50th All Filipino Cup. Sa tingin nyo mga kababos, kaya na bang mag-champion ngayon ng Meralco Bolts? Sa pinagsamang Kabayan Brownlee at RHG para sa 2025-2026 ESL Tournament? At kaya din ba nilang makapasok ulit sa PBA Finals sa bago nilang lineup sa All Filipino Cup ngayon? I-comment nyo na po yan sa baba.